I'm supposed to record some kind of audio. And you know, people are telling me I'm a noob at this. I don't get that. Like, I'm really good at stuff. I'm really smart, and I'm not just a noob. So what do I do here?
Well, you could always ask the doctor, Rigby, because I am not a noob. I am a pro.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, just one sec. I'll be right back.
Okay, got the opening point off then. Oliko se ovikello vai ainoa kotona vai mikähän siinä oli?
I'm back.
Yeah.
Let's start it properly.
Okay. Yeah, let's just cut this opening.
I will cut this. Yep, that's why I do. Dude, why do you think I do the hand gesture?
You.
Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teacher Duped. Have with me, Pika.
Cheers.
And today we are continuing our coverage of Batman: One Bad Day with Catwoman, written by G. Will Wilson and by artwork by Jamie McKelvey. I gotta say, the cover already looks good.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's be honest. This was a case where clearly this was an assignment.
Yeah, so basically it was make up something to add this character onto the list of bad days.
Yep. But I'll say this one just like some of the others, treated just like a regular Catwoman focused one shot, not her. I would say so far, the only I will look at it as King is the only one who actually got the assignment. I think. Wouldn't you say of actually making it truly a one bad day, like Killing Joke like story?
Yeah, as in the marriage and disagreeing though.
Well, what I mean is, of course, like you redefine the character for everyone. That's what King did. And remember, Killing Joke kind of redefined how people saw Joker.
Yeah. And then they was just built up from there. Hold it, and then it kept on going with it.
Listen, I'm going to tell you a secret. History never stays in the past. It follows you. It gets closer and closer until you're forced to confront it. The lies you told, the opportunities you never took, the legacies that were stolen from you. At a certain point, you realize that nobody's going to give you what history stole from you. Sometimes you have to just steal it back. It's not easy, but it's possible. You can right the wrongs. You can change the past. Be good while I'm gone, babies. No fighting. And don't open the door for strangers. I'm loving the artwork here. This is... She got that stats right in that last panel, wouldn't you say? That is...
Yes, I agree on that. However, there's something about... as someone who used to draw, I also kind of feel like that there was something that was pointed out that when it comes to digital drawings, mistakes
well, I think
it looks like it's something that was...
Here's the thing.
Too easily, or
art and colors. So this is an artist who does their own digital colors over their work. Right. I'm not talking in metaphors here, you understand? I mean it quite literally. Go out and collect your stuff. High rent, homeless, and keep Gotham for affordable. Housing is a human right because the people who took that stuff are never going to pay you what you're owed. Eat the rich. Don't look at me, and don't look at me like that. I'm just telling you what no one else is going to tell you. I'll say this, like typical G. Will Wilson, they utilize some of the stuff, but it's as a backdrop. It's not the main focus.
Yeah,
which I appreciate Wilson for. I appreciate that.
It's background noise, essentially.
It's background noise. It's a backdrop. He's just throwing it in there, but it's not the main focus of the story, thank God. Whereas other people... That's what this whole story would be about. Besides, you can also make the argument this is a nod to the Dark Knight Rises, Selina. Let's be honest, she was kind of an eat the rich kind of person.
Well, yeah.
I want some literature? No thanks. My methods are very direct. And okay, yes, it's possible to hold on to grudges a little longer than is healthy. But here's the thing: I've seen what happens to people who don't fight for their and what's theirs, and I'm not gonna let it happen to me. Parasites! Listen, I'm not trying to make myself out to be some sort of hero. I know exactly what I am. A girl who's always staring through the shop windows at toys she couldn't have, who remembers what it's like to go hungry. Like I said, never stays in the past. Years earlier, it's always just a step behind you, tugging at your sleeve. Can I help you, ma'am? It's just this brooch. It was my mother's, a Rio Carnot Paris in peace, and I'd like to know how much it's worth. Great. More priceless family heirlooms. Let's take a look. Interesting. 14-karat gold setting, jade and tourmaline. These stones are nice, but this ain't a Carnot. The setting's all wrong. But he said it. Look, lady, there's a lot of fake Carnot jewelry out there. Most people don't even care that they've got a knockoff. It's the status that matters to them. The logo. I can't buy a knockoff for the price of the real thing. I'll give you $200 for it. That's a fair price for the stones. They won't even cover 1 month's rent. Take it or leave it. I'll take it. Even when you ignore it, pretend it never happened. The past likes to remind you that you can't outrun it. And every time you stop to catch your breath, it's ready to bite at your heels. I gotta say, now this is a case of adding to her history that fits. Wouldn't you agree? Like it's dealing something with her mom at a point that's not usually touched upon when she and her sister were children.
Yeah.
Until you decide to bite back. No loitering. Keep moving. I'm going. Jerk. This part gets a little complicated. For some bits, I have to be invisible. Wrong. For others, I have to be the center of attention. Except this 3/4 theatrics. If you want to pick somebody's pocket without them noticing, you have to keep them entertained. They're still going down and they're going down there. Lazy bums. Nobody wants to work anymore. They'd rather beg for handouts than earn an honest living. I don't know, man. You bust your butt all day, but how much did you pull down last year versus the boss who sits in a... Wait, did you hear that? Look, Norma Ray, you could save your little speech. I'm not convinced. It almost sounds like it was coming up the wall. Yeah, the buck makes more for doing and less, but he also went to business school. What the? You're always going to have haves and have not. That's just the way the world works. It doesn't help to pretend. Act 1, open with a big set piece. Wow them. Catch them off guard. Okay, I love this. And now that's the game where the coloring works, where you can still tell the artist just drew it all and then use the coloring to make it clear what was what.
Most likely.
Outdoor security neutralized. Act 1 complete. Good thing I'm not claustrophobic. Now to find out if my hunch is correct. And I gotta say, the other thing I like about the artwork, she's sexy as hell.
Well, that's most likely one of the one thing you should get done when you're drawing character femme fatales like Catwoman.
Well, yeah, but you know there's some people who only do certain poses and the rest it's kind of plain. Here, even like a moment like here, because you can make out the outline of her legs and everything.
You could say that it's a question of how it's framed and what angle it's looking at her.
Yeah, like again, here, one, it makes sense that she's coming downward, but again, the angle allows you to check out them gams and all that. Now, to find out if my hunch is correct, when I first saw the auction catalog, I thought, it can't be Mama's brooch, the one that was supposedly worthless, a fake. Yet here it is, quote unquote, rediscovered, a lost masterpiece, up for a minimum reserve price of $30,000. Oh, and that's a smile upside down, but it makes it look like a frown.
No.
Uh,
It's weird
Because you only can barely
you
make out her nose so you can know what it is. I think that's intentional.
yeah, it's sort of weird when you when there are those images which are upside down and they're smiles, but then if you turn them on the right way, it turns into into frowns.
Like I say, I think that's why the nose is only there just enough to make it clear that's where it is, but it's not in the way. So that way, you're like, oh, she's smiling. It's meant to look like a frown.
Yeah, or a grimacing smile. Like
Yep.
Uh-huh.
But of course, it won't actually be sold at that price or any price because it's coming home with me. Just beautiful. I can't believe it was just sitting in a pawn shop for pennies. You know what they say: one man's trash, is another man's treasure. I gotta say, this is very Frank Cho-esque with the muscular build with the sex appeal.
I think I saw someone post this panel on X a few days ago, but it was exaggerated.
Oh, of course. But would you agree? Like, this is very kind of like similar to like with Frank Cho, like showing that she's well fit, but curvy. Yeah, that's one thing Frank Cho does.
One of those fine styles or art forms where you need to know, like, just not too much and not too little.
Yeah, like you could definitely, like I said, you could tell she is fit as hell.
Yeah,
even right there to the point of seeing a bit of abs, but not because the coloring keeps it hidden. You see what I mean? Like you can see the abs. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Let's go, dear. Are you a fan of high jewelry? Now, see you at the auction. Hello again, old friend. It's been a while. Exquisite, isn't it? Very unusual setting for a carnot brooch of this era. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Don't apologize. You have excellent taste. In my opinion, this is the best of all the lots up for sale tonight. I guess it's just semi-precious stones, not like the 2-pound diamond necklace I saw in the other room. The value of this piece isn't in the stones. It's in the meaning. During World War II, Paris was occupied by the Nazis. They controlled everything, even art and fashion. Jewelers could be jailed or killed if they spoke out. So they found other ways to protest. They created symbolic pieces of jewelry, birds and cages. And then when France was liberated, they designed birds that were uncaged, freed. That's incredible. I had no idea this piece was so special. Whoever owned this was very lucky. It's a sad story, I'm afraid. Apparently, this piece was inherited by a single mother here in Gotham who was struggling. The pawnbroker she sold it to had no idea its value. She sold it for a few $100 in order to keep a roof over her children. It sat in the pawn shop, ignored for years until a sharp-eyed collector bought it. Fortune never seems to fail upon those who deserve it. The have-nots remain have-nots. The haves become have-mores. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I upset you? No, I'm fine. It's just I wasn't expecting to find a fellow idealist in a place like this. Sometimes the best friends are precisely the ones you meet unexpectedly. I'm Vivian Page. I'm one of the curators here at the auction house. Selina, I doubt we'll meet again. I wouldn't be so sure about that. I have a way of running into people I admire. I'd like that. Enjoy the auction, Selina. I hope you win whatever it is you most desire. Well, that was interesting. Not everyone can make me cry on the job. Speaking of which, oh, there's Bruce. No more time to loiter, especially if he's here. Time to get back to work. Excuse me, madam, you're not supposed to be here. Madam. I'll get that one. Huh? You look like you could use a break. Okay, I love showing this side of Selina. The costumes or the disguises.
Yeah, non-lethal version of 47ing it.
I was about to make a Hitman comparison. You beat me to it. At least here you're more believing it than why is it nobody questions a bald man being around. When I'm sorry, being bald is more distinctive than any hairstyle. Especially with the barcodes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Angelo. Yeah.
At least in Hitman, World of Assassination. He's that one guy he looked almost identical for, and people kept mistaking him for that model.
Yeah, surprisingly they have not acknowledged him, make him start using some wigs or hats. That
He has on occasion, but they just don't look well. Yep.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen,
need to play those games more.
Yep, we're about to get underway. Our first item, lot 1, is the unique bevel set diamond necklace, circa 1940. An exceptional piece, and sure to stir the hearts and excite the imagination of even the most cynical collectors. Do I hear 25,000? Yeah. Have you prepped lot 5 and 7? I would if you weren't so slow about. Oh no, I think I took a wrong turn. What are you doing back here? This area is off limit to catering staff. Shh, the auction is live. I'm so sorry. I'll just talk about falling with grace, right?
Actually, from that angle to that part of the table, it's well, it has to be some.
It's supposed to be a case of her. It's supposed to be her backing up into it and then collapsing on it.
Oh yeah, maybe otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, it maybe look like if she fell to that on that angle to the table there, she would have a sore hip.
Yeah, but I see the movement. She backs up into it, and it's like obviously. Then she's like, "What? I can't believe this. I feel my soul is leaving my body. That's not your soul. That's your paycheck. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. It's these shoes. They're new, and I've been tripping all over them. And does this go in the box for lot 7 or 10? Neither. You art student dropout. That's lot 12. I can't believe I screwed up this bad on my first day. Tell me how to help. I'll do anything. You've done enough, and you've already done enough. Just take that food and get out of here. Of course, I'm going. I hope everything ends up okay. Why do I steal? Because what things cost has nothing to do with what they're worth. To my mother, the brooch in her pocket was worth $200 because that's how much we needed to make rent. To the filthy rich collectors queuing up for the auction, it's worth a minimum reserve of $20,000 because someone wrote about it in a book. And now, friends, the moment you've all been waiting for. The exquisite piece was lost to history for decades, only to be rediscovered in a Gotham pawn shop. A potent symbol of French resistance, wrought in gold and semi-precious stones. The star of the evening is gone! Lock the doors! No one leaves until everyone has been searched! There is one thing the state will always protect. Not people, it's not land. Where's the brooch? What have you done? We didn't do anything. Nobody came there baptized the caterer. I demand you let them. Don't you know who we are? Nobody in or out. Those were my orders. It's capital. Hey, don't look at me like that. In a just world, this brooch would be mine anyway. Hi, baby. Welcome back. In a just world, my mother would never have been forced to sell something so precious just to keep a roof over our head. But this isn't a just world. Later, so I had to liberate it. But now comes the bigger question. How to break the news. Hey sis, how you been? Guess what? I'm about to dredge up a bunch of bad memories. But I promise there's a happy ending. Or something. Selina, why are you calling so early? Is everything okay? Oh, I'm just exiting off all this stuff here. Maggie,
so
hi.
Maggie isn't on anymore.
I wasn't sure you'd answer. And it'll be 5718. Wow, what did she buy? Maggie, hello, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you, but I'm at work. Is something wrong? You sound different. Wrong? No, nothing's wrong. It's good news, actually. I finally tracked down Mom's old brooch. The one we found out was actually fake. Why did you waste your time hunting down that old thing? That's the thing. Apparently that awful pawn shop guy was either lying or had no idea what he was dealing with. Sorry, lying? What do you mean? It's real. A World War II era Carnot Paris brooch. It's not just genuine, it's historically significant. I don't know about any of that. All I know is there was worthless when we needed it to mean something. Why should I care about it now? How does it help Mom now? Look, Selina, I have to get back to work. The customers are getting snippy. I'll call you later. Congrats on finding the brooch, I guess. So, in other words, Maggie's being a realist here.
Yeah, it's a little too late.
Too little, too late, and it's just like, why should I care? What does that do for us?
Hmm.
Bye. That is, and this is what growing up poor does to you. Spend years longing for better fortune, and then you don't trust it when it finally shows up. Well, yeah, you're right. I could have handled that better. Onward and upward, I guess. You didn't really think I was going to keep this old thing, did you? Ugh. Whether or not Maggie knows that the brooch can still change her life for the better. Interesting. Very unique. And very different kind of fabulous wealthy person will still be willing to pay big money for this. No question asked. Well, what do you think? It depends. What would you like me to say? Is that a trick question? When I know what a client wants, it's easy to figure out how to break the news. When are you my therapist? I wanted you to give me an independent evaluation so I can fence this thing. I understand. There's just one tiny problem. It's fake. I know. Hard to believe after they made such a fuss over this piece on the other side of town. That's impossible! The auction house was sure. They have Provence experts, giant posters, and they were wrong. And they were wrong. Happens more than you'd think. The setting gives it away. Carnot settings of this era were very specific. What you got here is a nice copy. No more than 40 years old. Please don't shoot the messenger. Fine. Sorry to have wasted your precious time. For what it's worth, my mother inherited it. This from her mother. So you're wrong about the age of the brooch, if nothing else. People lie about where they got things. Family history becomes mythology very quickly. You're in the wrong line of work, friend. You really should have been a therapist. Some days I hate my job. You're up, you're down. You're up again, and somewhere in the middle, you start to wonder what it's all for. Okay, can I say this quickly? I do feel this is a good way of doing a one bad day without having to play off of any lore that's already established. For a one shot, this works.
You know what it could be also? They could probably be without acknowledging that. Maybe they have a showpiece that's shown and the actual one is held back, and then when someone is bought it.
We do have explanation for everything. I just wanted to get this out of the way, just saying that for a one bad day that's in a self-contained story, this works. Wouldn't you agree? You connect it to her past, have it be something important, and then have her go back and forth like, oh, it was fake. Oh, it's real. Wait, it really was a fake? Like, a few hours ago, I was 20 grand richer. Now I'm down one night of sleep and $20 in cab fare. Sorry, Mama. I tried. Sometimes I think it's not enough to take from the rich. They still control what things are worth. Things change hands. Money changes hands. The system stays the same. Other people decide whether and who you are and what you own has value. Sometimes it comes down to something as small as the setting of a piece of costume jewelry. Wait, the setting. What was it that woman said at the auction? Exquisite, isn't it? Very unusual setting for a Carnot brooch of this era. She knew. That scheming, smirking, fake nice fraud. It takes a high caliber person to run me during one of my own operations. Why did she let the auction go forward? Was she getting a cut of the proceeds? What game is this woman playing? My effort to track her down quickly hits a dead end. Damn it. Vivian Page was an alias, needless to say. No one who resembles her is employed by the auction house as a curator or a researcher or anything else. I want to find her. I have to think like her. Fortunately, as I've already learned, she thinks like me. If she was running a scam and my little performance interrupted her, she'll return to the scene of the crime to tie up loose ends, which means, like so many things, this is now a waiting game. So I wait. And wait. Come on, where are you? Ha! Finally, it's her. Wearing glasses and different clothes, but definitely her. Hiding in plain sight. The more I watch her, the more intrigued I become. Whatever else she might be, she's an incredible actress. She hasn't just varied her clothing and her hair, she altered the way she walks, moving so deftly from one character to another. Evening, Mrs. Hughes. Good evening, young man. That even people who know her could probably look at her in the face without recognizing her. As much as I kind of hate her guts, I can't help but admire a true master of our craft. But there's still a score to settle, and it's time to... I wouldn't do that if I were you. If I'm right about this woman, she's a lot more dangerous than she looks. It's him, Batman. Of course it is. Have you been following me? Would that bother you? Yeah, it really would. Don't worry. You and I are on the same errand. I wasn't following you. I was following her. What's she to you? I've been tracking her operations for months. I bet she's placed hundreds of forged items on museums, auction houses, and the black market, raking in millions of dollars in profit. And now you've just now decided to intervene. I've been building a case, collecting evidence. It takes time. And you just happen to put it all together tonight when I want to bring her in. I didn't plan it this way. I had no idea about the history of that brooch or what it meant to you. And if you had known, I would have helped you. You know that. I can still help if that's what you want.
I'm gonna say, even if she had, they were in on it, and Bruce would have agreed to buy it, Selina would have still gone to try to steal it.
Well, yeah, for the thrill, if nothing else.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, I know you don't need my help. If you want me, my help, that is, I can. Shh. By now, we both know we can't stop it. This might as well try to stop the planets from orbiting the sun. It's more than love. If we keep going like this, we'll never leave this rooftop. I'm okay with that, actually. Okay. I always find it weird when you have Batman being that much into it. It's not out of character, depending on the writer. Would you agree with that? Like, there are some times where the writer does handle Batman where he's all like, I ain't going anywhere. Then other times we're like, he's the one saying we shouldn't be doing this. I noticed they more do that when it's a Catwoman book than a Bat book.
It's something also that depends on when it's supposed to be set. Like, now with the database, when they know who the other person is and the other...
Well, obviously at this point they know.
Yeah, it's kind of understandable, but there's also the kind of point that how much ups and downs they have gone with it, whether they are on a break from something, or if they have so on what position the on-off switch is on the relationship. Especially, and even with my, there's the me problem where after the wedding got botched and King's Run did the sour work it did to it, it's kind of it's a baggage that makes it kind of sour.
Definitely. It's gravity. I can't tonight. If I let this woman slip away, I might not get another chance like this. Please don't. Not tonight. Why the hell not? If you confront her tonight, she'll only pay for the wrong she did to you. If you wait a few days, I'll have everything I need to make her pay for all the wrong she's done. To hundreds of people. To history. Your faith in the justice system used to be adorable. Now it's just deeply annoying. I don't have any faith in the justice system, but it's the only one we've got. It's like capitalism is the worst type of government, except for the others. Just a few more days, please. What if I don't feel like waiting? Are you going to stop me? No, I'm not going to stop you, but I am asking you to stop. She's dangerous. Who knows what other tricks she's got up her sleeve? So in other words, this is a Batman who's respectful. No, he's not going to, like, if you want to do this, fine. You have every right, but heed my warning. This is not a Batman who's like, no, don't do it, and I'll stop you if you try. Of course, I think it's also because it's this woman, and yes, she's dangerous, but Bruce also knows Selina won't be killed by her because this woman's not that kind of woman. He just knows Selina's going to get beaten.
Yeah, it's up.
Aw, you worried about my safety? I am. Well, don't be. I think I can manage one old woman. I can't think of a better parting line, so I leave it at that. He does his thing. I do my thing. Like always, the key to a good relationship is to give everyone breathing room, because everybody solves problems differently. And me, I prefer a more direct approach. Hi there. Need some help with those groceries? So, you've been able to track me despite all my costume changes. Clever. Very clever. What can I say? I don't like to leave unfinished business. I'm here about the brooch, the one you knew was a fake. Knew? My dear girl, I made that brooch 30 years ago. I sold it to a desperate, gullible woman who thought she was getting a great deal. Greed is universal. It's the one sin from which no one can protect themselves. All I do is help people indulge it. Notice how she walks very differently as she's walking up the Selina, like one way, and then she is just strutting towards her. Generally speaking, I don't like to start fights, but in this case, I make an exception. Huh? It's immediately clear that I made a bad decision.
Yeah, it depends on the fighting form of which martial they're working, because there are, I don't know if it's real, but there are some tropes where some fighters can use their opponent's strength against them.
Yep. Oh, that is real. That's a lot of what I think kendo or judo do, where it's all using your momentum.
By the way, I used to practice kendo. I still have a shinai.
Or not kendo, judo. Then it was judo.
Aikido.
Where you're like, whoa. Kendo is sword fighting, but yeah, judo.
Yeah,
like,
the Aikido is the one which is basically where you have counter other people's moves. Judo is the one where it's basically that thing. Kendo is the one with the things. Like I said, I still have my old shinai.
Right, fine. Batman was right. I hate it when he's right. Okay, you caught me off guard. That one was a freebie. The next one's gonna cost you. Wow, she's fast. Doof. The thing about fighting someone new is that you can never predict what's gonna happen. Like dancing. You're figuring each other out, seeing what works and what doesn't. Will you just chill out for a minute? All I want to do is talk. And sometimes when you think you know how it's going to end, they manage to surprise you. Why did you do it? Why did you convince the auction house to put that brooch up for sale? Then the proceeds from the auction weren't going to you. You weren't going to make any money off of the sale. Let me ask you something. What changed now that you know the brooch is a forgery? Is it less beautiful, less meaningful? And if the answer is yes, if you ask yourself why, this is not a series of questions I expected from someone I had pinned to the floor. Then again, there's a lot going on right now I didn't expect. Whee! That's it. Why you? It's war. Enough. This violence is pointless. Neither one of us is going to win. We'll just destroy all this lovely tile work. Hey, how are you this strong? Who are you? What are you? My name doesn't matter. You can call me the Forger. The next time you see me...
Okay, at that point, it was clearly not using the other strength against it.
She's just that strong. Yeah, I think I might call quits on this whole mission and go home to my cats. I'm someone who tries to see the bright side of things, but I gotta admit, this has been one spectacularly bad day. Hi, cat person. Can you hear me, or do you need a minute? Listen, don't make me an enemy. It doesn't serve either one of us. Not when we're on the same side. What should I do instead? Far be it from me to give you advice. After all, I'm just an old lady trying to get by in a slippery world full of strange people and math. If I were you, I think of this as a learning experience, and I think of me as competition. I won't say I told you so, but I am thinking it. Like you were definitely following me this time. Yeah. Sorry. You couldn't have lent a hand back there when it mattered. You looked like you were holding your own. Mostly. That's going to be a black eye. Worth it, honestly. Come home with me. We can put some stakes on that. And does the steak on a bruise thing actually work? Only if it's expensive steak. I miss you. I miss you. But there are a few things I have to take care of this morning. Like what? I have to call my sister. Clear up a few things. Things we should have talked about years ago. Will I see you tonight? Maybe. If you're good, then I'll see you tonight. What a night. Ugh. Did I win? Did I lose? Did I make an enemy or a friend? For once, I can't tell. I need some coffee. All around me, Gotham is waking up. Hey, Maggie. Listen, I didn't want to leave things up in the air after our conversation yesterday. I mean, I think I owe you an apology for some stuff, or at least an explanation. Coffee? Really? Yeah, I'd like that. Full of new possibilities, new perspectives on people and things you thought you understood. How's today sound? My schedule is just miraculously cleared up. And that's it. Like I said, this feels more just like a Selina one-shot more than anything. They even had to tack on it. This has been a real bad day.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's just standard.
Yeah, could have give it a different name and it would still work.
It's just standard. Well-written standard, but still standard. It didn't change how you view Catwoman or anything. It didn't change anything about her. It was just a nice, well-told story. The Forger was an interesting villain, but then it was resolved so abruptly.
From an untold untold layer in a story, I could have also you could say that the Forger was kind of a could be like something of a
Introducing this would be good for introducing a new villain.
Like someone Selina could grow up into being if she keeps what she's doing and doesn't move on from her lifestyle.
Yep, and then you have it be that again. I would say that this felt like a good start for a new villain. If these weren't not canon.
Mm.
Do you agree to that? Like this would have been perfect for a new villain because I think she'd be a good antagonist for Selina.
Mm. Yeah,
someone who can actually put up a good fight. You were saying?
Yeah, especially if they did utilize the whole. That's a living presentation of who she could grow up to being if she keeps up just being this and doesn't.
It didn't go there, but still. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a decent story at least.
Mm. Yeah, better that than being bad or way too good.
Yeah, but I mean, what did you think of it? Give me your thoughts on it, because I've already given mine.
Well, yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. I don't know what else could I say. Like it was a one-shot story. It could have been literally given any kind of different story, and also it's gonna also. It didn't follow canon or made its own canon, because wasn't Maggie a nun in some versions, or did they change that too?
Some versions she was, but it goes back and forth. They've been really going back and forth a lot with that. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'd say it's good.
Yeah,
not good. Fantastic or anything like that.
Yeah, not kind of fantastic. And maybe also not kind of could have been worse. Well, what?
Oh, it could have been a lot worse.
Mm.
There's no argument that this could have been a lot worse. But for what we got, again, it could have been better, could have been worse.
Yeah.
So I give this a good 6. 7 for the artwork.
Yeah.
The artwork was definitely the saving grace.
Yeah. It's
like Catwoman should always be a book you get both for the read the character, but also just to look at. Would you agree with that? This is definitely a look at book.
Yeah, something like that is sure.
And but for it being part of the one bad day thing, it's lower on the totem pole.
Yeah, in that sense, actually, we think about the bad day could be that it could be a description and not the definitive answer that turned the whole thing around.
Exactly.
As it was.
Yeah,
similar way how I have been thinking about how Silent Hill franchise has been going to be set somewhere else than in the titular town. It could be go from the name of the place to being a description of the place.
Exactly. But I will say this, the next time we meet up, we will be going over one of the ones that truly does follow up on it being a one bad day. And that's Clayface. Trust me.
Yeah.
Colin and Kelly and Lansing do a phenomenal job here.
Yeah, we kind of talked about
Yeah, this is probably the one that feels closest to the following up with what Riddler did, is being the killing joke of its villain. Like they understood the assignment and knew what to do. And if this was a redefining of Clayface, it would have, I would have felt bad because it would have thrown out everything from Tynion's work, but still would have been an interesting direction. But yeah, until that time, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Pika, for joining me, and we'll see you guys all in the next one. Take care.
And be happy and keep.